Welcome to Recap King. In this video, we will explain ninja. This movie tells the story of a Westerner studying ninjutsu in Japan. He then asked by the sensei to return to New York to protect a legendary armored chest that contains the weapons of the last Koga ninja. Will he succeed in carrying out his ninja mission? Let's find out in Ninja. Ninja tells the story of a man named Casey Bowman who lives in a martial arts dojo in Japan led by Takeda Sensei. Because of his perseverance and desire to master Bushido, Casey then gains the respect of his sensei and his daughter, Namiko. While he is training with Namiko, Takeda Sensei approaches them and gives a little direction in practicing martial arts, where each fighter must remain calm and level-headed against all their opponents in battle. That night, Takeda Sensei opened a chest in which there was a YOROI BITSU, an ancient ninja suit and weapon that had been passed down from generation to generation from his sensei. Takeda Sensei then gathered all his students in the dojo and announced Casey and Masazuka as the best students in the dojo. Hearing this, Masazuka seems to object to being juxtaposed with Casey and considers himself superior to Casey. Masazuka hates Casey even more because of the closeness between Namiko and Casey. The following day, Takeda Sensei held a sparring match and asked Casey and Masazuka to fight each other. Because of the hatred and jealousy for Casey lodged in his heart, Masazuka immediately attacks Casey brutally. Takeda Sensei then told him to stop, but Masazuka, who was already filled with anger, didn't pay any heed to his sensei's words and continued to attack Casey. Masazuka almost kills Casey by aiming his katana right at his chest, but Casey can block the attack. In self-defense, Casey injures Masazuka under his right eye. As a result of his actions that had committed a serious violation, Masazuka was finally expelled from the dojo by Takeda Sensei. Disappointed with his sensei's decision, Masazuka vows to take revenge on everyone in the dojo. Years later, in New York City, at the Temple Industries plant, a secret organization called The Ring is conducting a procession to welcome new members. Turning to Russia, two of the leaders of the largest Russian companies are involved in a conflict with The Ring. Both of them must be executed by a ninja assassin, who is none other than Masazuka. A few days later, at the Koga dojo led by Takeda Sensei, the sensei was gathering all his students because he was going to show the YOROI BITSU that had been assigned to him during his 30 years as Soko the Grandmaster. Shortly after that, Masazuka appears and claims succession as the next Soke at the Koga dojo, but Takeda Sensei refuses. Masazuka also threatened that they would all regret not crowning himself as the new Grandmaster. Anticipating an invasion by Masazuka, Takeda Sensei then assigned Casey and Namiko to protect YOROI BITSU. According to the sensei, Casey is the only person who can protect his daughter and YOROI BITSU, because he has a clean heart. Long story short, Casey and Namiko managed to bring YOROI BITSU to New York, where they stored the chest safely in the Triborough University vault with the help of one of Takeda Sensei's best friends named Professor Garrison. Meanwhile in Japan, Masazuka immediately stormed the dojo and killed everyone there, including his own teacher, Takeda Sensei. On the other hand, Namiko tried to contact her father who was at the dojo, but got no answer. As he was about to leave after killing Takeda Sensei, Masazuka heard the phone ring, wherein the name and number of the caller, namely Paul Garrison, appeared on the screen of the phone. Masazuka immediately contacted the organization The Ring to track the location of Paul Garrison's whereabouts. Because he happened to be in New York, Casey tried to find out where his mother was. After visiting his mother's last address, he was told that his mother had died a few months ago from a stroke. He returned to Professor Garrison's house and told Namiko about it. At the same time, Masazuka, who already knew their whereabouts, then sent his henchmen to kill them both. Not only Casey and Namiko, Professor Garrison and his family were also targeted by Masazuka. His henchmen managed to kill them all. Casey and Namiko managed to escape and hide in an inn. While watching television, the two of them were shocked by a news broadcast that said that they had both been identified as the perpetrators of the murder of Professor Garrison and his family, and are now wanted by the police. Casey and Namiko are again attacked by the Ring's minions, so they get into a fight in the train that many people are carrying. When they manage to escape from Masazuka's henchmen and get off the train, the police immediately ambushed Casey and Namiko and took them to the police station. That night, Masazuka, disguised as Namiko's lawyer, sneaks into the police station and cuts off the electricity. He kills several police officers in the dark and manages to incapacitate Namiko. Amidst the chaos, Casey saves one of the cops from being killed by Masazuka, who kidnaps Namiko. Masazuka keeps Namiko somewhere and urges her to reveal the whereabouts of YOROI BITSU. Masazuka then reveals to Namiko that he killed her father and everyone in the dojo because they all betrayed him. After getting a clue about Masazuka through one of the thugs who attacked him, Casey then storms Temple Industries and gets Masazuka's phone number from the company president, Mr. Temples. He then calls Masazuka and agrees to exchange Yoroi Bitsu for Namiko's life. Casey rushed to the university to get a chest, put on a ninja suit, and arm himself. Meanwhile, Masazuka headed straight for the construction site that Casey had agreed on. Arriving at the location, Masazuka, who saw the chest of Yoroi Bitsu being lowered from the crane, immediately released Namiko and approached the empty chest. Not long after, Casey, who was wearing Yoroi Bitsu, appeared before Masazuka. As the two men prepare for the final battle, at the same time, the members of the ring arrive and carry out an ambush under the orders of Mr. Temple to kill them all. Masazuka can easily defeat Mr. Temple, while Casey and Namiko tried to escape while avoiding attacks from Mr. Temples. After successfully overthrowing the entire army of the ring, Masazuka uses a blowpipe to shoot a poisoned arrow at Namiko and taunts Casey with the antidote bottle. They ended up fighting fiercely and Masazuka accidentally dropped the antidote bottle and Casey became furious. As the NYPD helicopter spotlights the fight, Masazuka uses a ninjutsu technique to blind Casey with the reflection of his katana, then disappears in front of him. To deal with the attack, Casey closed his eyes and used his instincts to counterattack and stabbed Masazuka in the back, killing the man. Casey, who is sad because he can't save Namiko, suddenly remembers his sense's teachings about the ninja katana that has the power to kill and heal. He then found the antidote in Masazuka's katana handle. Within seconds, the antidote was able to neutralize the poison and Namiko was saved. Before they left, Casey cut off Masazuka's neck. The following day, a police officer informs Casey and Namiko that they have been acquitted of being the murderers of Professor Garrison and his family. Not only that, the police also managed to apprehend Mr. Temple and destroy the ring for good. He then returned their passports and asked them to leave New York. Casey and Namiko returned to Japan to pay their respects to their late sensei and continue running the Koga Dojo and guarding Yoroi Bitsu.